How did you manage to get some market share?
When you open a restaurant, there'll be two filtration. So you can filter vegan or you can filter no onion and garlic. You can easily just select, go to checkout, make your payment.
You can also share a little bit about the insights for the vegetarian and vegan scene or market in general in Malaysia.
Besides the vegan veg restaurants blooming, coming up, we also see the non-vegetarian restaurants now starting to adapt at least 2 to 3 plant-based items in their menu.
You're also doing a fair, right? A festival basically, which again, very exciting. Please tell us about this.
The next event is actually 1st to 3rd of March, and we've chosen a location in Kuala Lumpur, which is called the NU Central Mall.
The whole main idea of doing a veg fest is to reach out to the meat eaters because they don't know what is plant-based. Like what Ms. Rai has mentioned, they think eat grass.
And this time we've also managed to get support from Otto Bavaria, which is the BMW, to bring in their EV cars.
Welcome back to the Plant-Based Podcast Asia. I'm your host, Nick, and here we go with another episode with our slogan to inspire, educate, and connect. I'm so happy to be able to welcome to the show Miss Rai and Mr. Mandeep. They are the founders of Veg Hub based in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Hi, Nick.
Nicholas. Thank you.
Thanks so much for making time. And actually, you're the first people I talked to from Malaysia on this show. So I feel very honored. And yeah, it seems like you're really on the forefront, like you've been really pushing on, like helping to drive the plant-based, vegetarian, vegan market in Kuala Lumpur. You're doing an app, you're doing a fair. We're going to talk about all of this today. First of all, I really would like to know, like, how did you get into this? Maybe you can quickly share your story with the audience.
Sure. Maybe you want me to start?
Yeah.
Okay, I think it was by a chance kind of a story. So basically, I think just before the pandemic, we were developing a delivery app and we wanted it to be a kind of like open market kind of an app with all sorts of vendors. And I think at that time, Gulshan was already practicing vegetarianism and I still wasn't. So she said, Mandeep, I'm actually sick and tired of uploading photos of meat into our platform. And she's like, let's just do a platform for plant-based, vegan, vegetarians. And, somehow from there, the idea just clicked. And, we just started approaching few of the vendors who are vegan, vegetarians. And I think the support was quite
amazing.
Good. Was amazing. Most of them just...
I think they liked the idea of having an app or a system that was inclusive just for vegan, vegetarian food delivery. So I think that's where it kickstart the journey to sort of close the gap in the market, to reduce the gap where vegan vegetarians can just easily download the app, order the food, and get it delivered at the door. There's no fear of contamination or wrong kind of orders being delivered to them and so on. So that's where we started initially about 3 years, almost 3 years ago.
Okay, so the idea came up during the pandemic, during COVID. So you were already working on a delivery app, but then you thought like, hey, why not just do it fully plant-based, right?
Yes.
Wow.
Let's try it out first. Yeah. So it was a lot of just put it out there as a trial, just to see the response.
I see. Wow, that's amazing. And I assume there are other food delivery apps already in the market. So of course, you differentiate yourself by having only vegetarian or vegan products on there. Is there any other main reason why a person should be using your app in Kuala Lumpur?
So one is, of course, we have the filtration on the app where you can select just vegan options.
Okay.
So you get the options that are already vegan, or you can make it vegan. Then there is also another option where you can select no onion, no garlic. So that there are certain people that also practice this. And the other one was egg as well. Yeah, with egg and without egg. So we developed the app in a way that this is customizable. That's one. The second one is that we ensured that the delivery range of our the food can go beyond the standard that you
15,
get.
12, 15
So we
kilometers.
allowed up to about, I think, what,
20,
15 to
25,
20, yeah,
20, 25
around that.
kilometers.
So we
Mhm.
call it the Klang Valley because it covers Selangor, certain parts of Selangor and Kuala Lumpur, including some outskirts of it. So the reach was much, much bigger.
Wow, that's impressive. Now, for me, as a founder of a startup myself, I'm always curious to hear a little bit about the challenges also, because I imagine, I'm not sure which is your main app, like Uber or Grab, maybe. Here in Thailand, it's Grab is like the biggest. You have Grab also. Mhm. So how do you kind of, I guess it's we cannot really compete with such a big company, right? So, right, but then still, how did you manage to get some market share and to get your name out? Because now I think you already have like, how maybe you can also share how many vendors and how many users you have on there, and how was that growing curve and learning curve?
So we have about close to 150
50
vendors,
vendors.
about
Wow.
6,000 users, right?
About 8 to 9,000 user database around Klang Valley.
Yeah.
8 to 9.
So there are, of course, there are challenges, but I mean, we've never seen it as competition for us, but it's more of, I would say, I think our target was actually the vegan vegetarians predominantly, because we wanted them to order without having to think that, oh my God, is the meal going to come as what I wanted, or is the meal going to be something that might have egg inside when I actually don't want egg?
Right.
So we went on that basis. So we
Mhm.
managed to talk to restaurants and everyone to sort of tell people that if you are very worried about what you are ordering, then try Veg Hub or Zesty and see how the delivery is. And we ensured our customer care was on par, in the sense that if there was any issues, we always had a human answering immediately on chat. We
Wow.
didn't request any email or
Yeah,
that.
and why we say it is quite good is because I mean I recall this story. Another smaller delivery platform last year or 2 years ago, they did World Vegan Day promo, and when they tagged the restaurants, and we were checking it out because you have to check your competitors out, and we just found that none of the restaurant, they were offering World Vegan Day promo, but none of the meals were even vegan.
Yes.
Like, okay, you're doing World Vegan Day, but I'm going to your restaurant. It's like you have pork, you have chicken, you have fish. You're like, okay, where's the vegan options? And you can't even customize it.
Yes.
There's no option.
I
So
see.
our app, like what Ms. Rai has mentioned, right? When you open a restaurant, there'll be two filtration. So you can filter vegan, or you can filter no onion and garlic. And it just these are the items that you can easily just select and go to checkout, make your payment, and get ready for the food to be delivered.
Got it. So right. So you're not thinking in terms of competing with such a big company like Grab, but rather like you're creating something new that for people living a plant-based or vegan lifestyle, they actually can make sure they get their product, they get their food. It's it's definitely vegan, or it's definitely has no onions or garlic in it if they don't eat that, right? Wow, I see. So do you also deliver other goods through this app, or is it solely food at the moment?
80% is food. The remaining is a bit of groceries. Then we have cosmetics and personal care at the moment.
I see.
We are expanding.
Hopefully, we will be.
We are expanding the app because it's the whole idea. Our end game plan is to be a A to Z plant-based marketplace.
I see. I see.
Yes, a one-stop kind of a center.
Right.
So yes.
Are you also thinking about expanding to other cities in Malaysia, or is the market not quite ready yet? And in this question, maybe we can also, or you can also share a little bit about the insights for the vegetarian and vegan scene or market in general in Malaysia. Yeah, how is the uptake? How is the growth? What are you observing?
Expansion wise,
Yeah, we are considering maybe in the fourth quarter or third quarter this year to other cities in Malaysia. It will either be Penang or Johor Bahru. It's either the north state or the south state. And the market, from what we have seen, the trend is that a lot of new vegan vegetarian cafes are coming up. And in Penang especially, and even in Johor, because Johor is just next to Singapore.
Mm-hmm.
And
so the scene in Singapore is actually really
good.
I
Really
mean,
good.
way advanced than what we are. And I
Yeah.
think a lot of their factories and manufacturing is actually coming to Johor. So in that way, I think Johor's also growing. But from what we see, Penang is the best
Yeah.
as of now, like a complete heaven. Where we are in the Klang Valley, besides the vegan veg restaurants blooming, coming up, we also see the non-vegetarian restaurants now starting to adapt at least 2 to 3 plant-based items in their menu.
Some
I think in the last 1 year, this has
Yeah.
started mushrooming up. Yeah. So like that means you can go as a family now. Like, you have the vegetarians and the non-veg. So they can actually go to one place now and have a full meal. Like everyone's included.
I see. And I think this is something that is super important. And sometimes, honestly, I don't get it why many restaurants, they still don't offer any plant-based or vegan or vegetarian options, because I think they're just missing out on, if like a family or some friends want to go dine in, it's like, oh, let's go to this place up, but oh no, they don't have an option for our friends. So let's go to the other place, right? I see. So you're mentioning there are a lot of new like vegan cafes opening up. Who is the audience? Is it the young people, or maybe you can also share some insights from your users, like who are the main customers of vegan or vegetarian? Or is it like here in Thailand, we have the Che group, the people that is more coming from a religious Buddhist background, not eating the garlic and onion. Is it more like those people mainly? Or are there like a new trend of young people, veganism coming?
It's actually here, I would say, is the younger people, from what I have seen. It's not just younger, it's those people who are looking for healthier options. So this is an increasing trend here. They might be flexitarians as they are, but when they look for plant-based food, then they actually visit these places more often. Like, of course, there's also a lot of tourists that have started coming in, and they also look for such places. Plus, those who are looking at more healthier options would definitely visit these places. That's actually, that's also what we do.
Yeah, like we have social medias, right? So from what our own keen observation is, like Facebook is where we get most of vegetarian crowd, which is a bit of the elderly side, those who are vegetarians, who take no onion, no garlic. But on Instagram, we get most of the hipper crowd, which goes for the vegan, plant-based kind of food. So whenever we do our ads and all that, we have to see, okay, on Facebook, this is who we're going to target, and on Instagram, this is who we are going to target, because we know the subsection of crowd is broken into these two massive platforms.
I see. Got it. Now, apart from the app, you're also doing a fair, right? A festival, basically, which again, very exciting. Please tell us about this, and because maybe some of our audience is based in Malaysia or Thailand, we want to visit. So feel free to, advertise a little bit at this point also.
So the Veg Fest was actually also an idea. We were not so aware that what happens much around the world, the word Veg Fest. So we just decided that, hey, don't use the word vegan or vegetarian. We use one word where everybody can connect to that. And that's where we said that let's manifest what we have on the app to the real world. And it was to increase awareness because, of course, the app served a lot of vegan vegetarians, but now we want to open it up to the flexitarians and everyone else. So having an event and talking about and getting people to try is what we actually wanted.
Correct.
So when we first started, it was very small. In 2022, we started the first one in September. It was just 30 vendors. But the welcome, the community feeling that we saw was is what
Amazing.
kept us going,
Growing.
actually growing and growing and so we keep the event focused on I would say predominantly about 80% vegan, 20% still vegetarian. And with every event, every Veg Fest, we gradually start introducing sustainability topics because I think this is all actually connected to,
Sure.
everything, climate, you name it, the waste and plastics and everything. So this time, the next event is actually 1st to 3rd of March, and we've chosen a location in Kuala Lumpur, which is called the NU Central Mall. So with each event, we either go to Petaling Jaya, which is PJ, which is another state nearby, actually adjacent. Then the next one is in Kuala Lumpur. And we usually do it in the mall because we feel that when people come to the mall, they can also by chance hear and understand. So there are lots of demos, then there will be children sections, fitness sections, because we want to show them that a plant-based lifestyle doesn't mean you have to just eat grass
Correct.
and salads. That was actually the
Right, exactly.
a lot of people have, and many people actually in Malaysia also somehow associate vegetarianism and veganism to religion. And this is where we also want to emphasize to them that hey, it's not. It's actually more of a lifestyle thing. The religion part is one. I mean, it's a separate thing. But of course, if you want to go more into healthier lifestyles and alternates to meat, then definitely you have to come for the event, try as many testers.
So that is where we are actually, we are also, for example, we do get an awesome, amazing support from our vegan vegetarian community.
Yes.
But the whole main idea of doing a Veg Fest is to reach out to the meat eaters because they don't know what is plant-based, right? Like what Ms. Rai has mentioned, they think eat grass.
Or is the mindset that it's not going to be nice?
They don't know whether there's a plant-based burger, plant-based wrap. Amazing dishes that you can whip out from all these ingredients that most of our vendors can showcase. So that is why we want to reach out to the meat eaters and say, look, that is why we're doing a mall, right? And it's also Muslim friendly because there's no animal byproducts and everything.
Right.
Halal certification is totally different ball game altogether, right? But we can call it Muslim friendly in the sense because we ensure that all our vendors do not use any animal byproducts. So that is why we are targeting the meat eaters. So at least they come and say, oh, this is what vegan food tastes like. Okay, now I know. And we have seen some meat eaters following us for our event. Some of them are my friends and they say, oh, Mandeep, and they are slowly adapting at least like once a week, twice a week.
Yeah, that's the whole idea.
That's the whole idea. Get them to just kickstart it a bit.
Right.
And from there, then that is where if you stay on for the 3 days of our event, right? We have 3 days of full activities. We have nutrition talks by doctors about ecosystem, waste management, plastics. Like we ban plastic testers. Single-use plastic or plastic testers are allowed.
Encourage bring your own as well.
Bring your own.
Just trying to. It's like a very base thing to kickstart the mindset of people. It's not serious. We don't do the serious part of it, but so we feel like in Malaysia we are very not just Malaysia, like I said, it's more of Asia that we are very emotional about food. There's a lot of attachment to it. So when vendors can veganize the Malaysian food that we've been eating, things like nasi lemak, rendang, and these kind of things, then it makes the flexitarians or the meat eaters to be very happy to know that if they can try something that's very similar, then it gets them excited
I
to
see.
maybe even go to the extent of buying it, actually. So
Mm-hmm.
we look at it at that point. And this time we've also managed to get support from Otto Bavaria, which is the BMW, to bring in their EV cars. So this is another part of the topic that we try to add on, just as part of, just awareness creation as well. So it's like a
Wow.
whole thing. Yeah, I mean,
That's amazing what you've been building in just like a couple of years' time. And is it just the two of you that are doing all of this, or you have some people that support you with this work?
mainly it's actually us. Then we have a team of
two
who
ladies
run our social media,
two ladies,
and another one that supports us
On
with
ad
the
hoc
business development and like good ideas, because we need ideas from the younger generation. So we feel they have a very good way of looking at things compared to how we may look at things.
Yeah. So I think we are a team of 5, I would say.
Yes.
Wow.
And of course, lots of volunteers coming in to support us at the event, but the backbone planning is actually the 5 of us.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. Great job. Now, to wrap up the talk for today a little bit, can you talk about your vision? Like if you're looking, let's say 3 or 5 or even longer ahead in time, what are you manifesting? What are you looking to achieve? What kind of effect would you like to see in Malaysia, in Kuala Lumpur?
So actually, I've been telling him
Yeah, that's
that
her
I have, every time I go for this big expos that you see, right? They have these, they use the Shell scheme, and we have all these food expos, like the one in Hong Kong and everything. And I want that complete meat-free event, plant-based event of an expo to happen in Malaysia. I really think, I mean, it will be a really big stepping stone, because this encourages people to look at Malaysia as, the next Southeast Asian plant-based platform, actually. Like, so when you do expos like this and have hundreds of booths and everybody comes, tries all these, and then then that's where you talk about import export within Southeast Asia. And so that's actually the goal that I have. I know there's one that runs in Singapore, but we want to do it here. I mean, I hope someday we can do this in Malaysia, and I don't know, let's see. I mean,
I love it, and it seems like you're already on the way. You're already going there.
I'm similar with that, because it's what my expertise is, to build a business networkings, right? Between someone who's from either like Thailand, Vietnam, who's looking to come to Malaysia. And they can talk to us in the sense, okay, hey, I'm looking to bring in this product. And we always tell them, look, instead of directly coming, not knowing your market, come for VegFest, right? When you come for VegFest, automatically, you bring your samples, your testers, you can get a feel of the crowd, and you can even connect with other vendors who already can be your potential buyers.
Yes. So that's also what VegFest does. Actually.
Yes, we connect.
We get the owners of the brand owners to be there.
Yes.
And we ask them to, I mean, automatically they will network with each other. Then we see a lot of collaborations coming out of the VegFest, including brands from outside, finding distributors here and things. Though it's a B2C event, but this still happens.
There is a B2B element towards it. Like what we do is we also pair up vendors. We say, okay, hey, you are selling this. Say, okay, I have 3 cafes owners who are here who might be interested in your product.
Yeah.
Come, let me introduce you to them, and you guys can deal directly. So that's how, because just by us doing all the groundwork, it's going to take a longer. So we want vendors to talk to each other, grow the relationship, and that way the plant-based can move forward on a stronger sale. Stronger.
And that way I can do the expo in a few years.
Yes.
Well, that sounds amazing, and I wish you best of luck. Now, where can people follow you, or if people are in Kuala Lumpur early March, like how can they find out more about the VegFest and the app?
So you can go to our website, veghub.my, or the fastest way would be through the 3 handles, which is Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. And we are the same name there as veghub.my. And I think we've started putting up posters and details
Yeah.
related to the event. And another thing about the Veg Fest 4 is we have a treasure hunt,
Yeah.
which is
A
on the
plant-based treasure
Sunday, the first ever, together with the Malaysian Vegetarian
society.
Society.
Yes.
They're having a treasure hunt where you do the hunt through the LRT, the MRT LRT line.
Ah, I see.
They only use these trains to get the clues and
Yep.
everything. And it starts and ends at the Veg Fest location.
Wow, amazing.
I
We're
need to
gonna
add-
put all those links down in the description. And
Sure.
thank you so much, Miss Rai, Mr. Mandi, from VetShop for your time, and I wish you all best of luck.
Thank you, Nick.
sir.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you so much
us.
for having us.
Hope to see you.
Hope to see you here.
Yeah, hope to see you also very soon. Now, to all the listeners out there, if you enjoyed this episode, please help to like it, share it with your friends. Maybe you have some friends living in Malaysia, so you definitely want to share it to them. And then, yeah, you help us on the mission to inspire, educate, and connect. This was the Plant-Based Podcast Asia. See you next time.